Good day everyone and welcome to today's training session. This is to officially welcome each and every one of you to the uh, very first session, live session of this training for this training batch, uh, solar power system installations. This is to welcome you to this very interesting session of our training, basic solar power system installations. Yes, this is a course where you get to learn how you can be able to uh, install your solar system to work efficiently, to work effectively, to last for you and not create issues or troubles for you with your various clients. However, on this training platform, we usually take more serious with system designs, because it is on the aspect of system designs that you see errors, inefficient systems will be discovered. And we have a general belief that it is a well-designed solar system that will work well, that will perform well in the field. All right. I hope you all can hear me clearly. Please, if you are not in a noisy place, I need you to indicate that you can hear me very clearly, please. But if you are in a noisy place, kindly remain muted.
Yes, we can hear
All right.
you. Yes, you're right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let us uh get going. So this is a course on solar power system installations, and just as we have had it on the WhatsApp platform, we have had introductory session of this course, and we have made it clear to you all. Yes, we made it very clear to you all that solar energy is energy gotten from the sun, and solar power is the power or the energy gotten from the sun. All right, when one of the solar components absorbs the rays of the sun, convert it to electricity for you to use in your facility. That was how solar energy or solar power came to be. We also told you guys that there are various types of solar power system. You have the on-grid and you have the off-grid. The on-grid tells you or gives you the basic knowledge that you are going to be connected to more than one power. You're going to be connected to more than one power supply source at a time, which means that if you are to be connected to more than one power supply source at a time, you are also expected to have electricity in your facility at all time, all day, all time. That is also very, very correct. It also means you can be connected to your solar through your solar panel. You can be connected to the grid, which we call NEPA here in Nigeria, or you call it utility. You can also be connected to your generator or any other available source of power supply. Then you talk about the off-grid type of solar power system, and generally, the off-grid type of solar power system tells you or informs you that you are only allowed to have or to run one power supply source at a time, which means that you are going to be running on only solar, which means you are only going to be generating energy for your facility through your solar panels. And in all of these types of solar power systems, we have different types of systems that will help you to run these various types of solar system. Then we went ahead to introduce the various components used for system installations. We said there are four basic components: your inverter, your panels, your battery, your charge control. However, we told you clearly, we made it very clear that there are other components used for these same system installations, but then they are used on the aspect of safety, security, and for your solar power system installation. These are your breakers, your fuse, your surge, your grounding, your earthing. There are a whole lot of them that you actually would be making use of. In this training, we are going to also walk you through getting to know or recognize some of these your safety components, right? So we talked about the system connections, where we talked about the types of battery looping, which also applies to your type of solar panels looping as well. You have the series connection, you have the parallel connection, you also have the series parallel connection. I believe by now you all should have a basic understanding or about all of these things. The technicalities involved in all of these things is the reason why you are actually here, because with these technicalities that are involved, we are going to expose you to a whole lot of new things. Like you keep saying, this training is called the basic training because it is especially packaged for the beginners. However, those who are already in the field, like the intermediate or even the professionals, can as well join us, because you who is a professional, you do not have all the knowledge that you are expected to have. Therefore, we are also going to be exposing you to a whole lot of new things, and at the end of the day, you would be you will be a better professional in the field. So, we have also introduced basic do's and don'ts and maintenance when it comes to solar power system installations. Why are we here tonight? Why are we here tonight? We are here to talk about a very critical issue. Yes, something that you all need to have a very good idea of if you want to do well in this field. That is what we call energy audit. If you remember clearly, um, there are questions which is always asked by some participants on these platforms after the first sessions. Some persons would ask to know what size of inverter system can they use, what type of battery, what size of solar panel, and we kept on telling them that it is not about knowing the size, it is actually about being able to know how you can be able to get these things yourself. We can actually tell you or give you those information. However, you will need to be coming to us every now and then, and when any little thing happens with the system while it is in your client's house, you would not know what to do. That is the genesis of energy audit. However, you are not even expected to know the various sizes or the types of batteries to use if you do not have a good idea of one particular thing: energy need of a facility. Yes, so for this training, you are going to be focusing on complete system designs. Yes, complete system design. So when we talk about energy audit helps you to run through the complete system designs in such a way that you get your energy need, you get your size of inverter, get your size of batteries, get the required number of batteries, get the size of solar panels, and get the size of charge controllers. While you are doing these system designs, you are taking into consideration conditions, standard parameters, and a whole lot of technical theories that you will be going through. That is what we are going to be walking you through in this training that you are going to undergo. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. Are you all there?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. So moving ahead. What is energy audit? What is energy audit? Energy audit is a calculation or series of calculations which helps you to know, firstly, your energy need of a facility, and then uses the information of the energy need of your facility to size your various solar components. Yes, so energy audit does two things basically for you. It is doing um, the sizing of your energy need, which is on the aspect of your load capacity, and using that information to size your various solar components, which means that it will match your energy need with the various sizes of the solar component that you would then be using to make um, this your system installation. That is what that grammar is all about. I am sharing my screen. I need to know that you all can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know you can see my screen, please. Okay, Mr. Ayomide, what can you see on the screen, please? If you can unmute yourself, what can you see on the screen? Who can see what is on the screen? Just let us know so we can move ahead, please.
I can see what is on it.
What
It
is there?
says energy audit
Energy audit.
examination of the energy requirements for a
Uh,
building.
all right,
Is
thank
a
you.
careful
Thank you. All right, that's okay. Thank you so much. So,
Energy audit.
okay, thank you, Mr. Yomide. Thank you so much. So, it is actually energy audit. I need you all to see the screen because that is what is going to make the training more interesting for every one of us. So, energy audit is the title, and like I have explained, energy audit takes care of two things: helps you to size your energy need, and then using that information of your energy need to size your various solar components. What is energy audit? Energy audit is the determination of the energy requirement for a building. It is the determination of the energy requirement for a building. It is a careful examination of all the electrical loads. It simply means that for you to carry out energy audit, on one hand you need to know, you need to get the energy need of facility, and for you to get the energy need of that your facility, you need to know the various loads in terms of appliances that are in that facility that you intend to power up using solar system. When we say loads or appliances, the loads appliances are the same thing. It could be your television, it could be your lighting point, which is your bulbs, it could be your freezer, it could be your laptop, it could be your phone, it could be your fan, it could be air conditioner, whatever you intend to power up using your solar system, or whatsoever you at all want to power up using electrical energy. All right. So be it grid or generator or whatever, those are your electrical loads. So this energy audit will help you to know the energy need of that facility by giving you the total idea of the energy being consumed by that number of appliances you intend to power up using that your solar system. And then from there, it will also help you to size your various solar components. Take for instance, if the energy need of a facility is say 3,000 watts, or let's say 10,000 watts, okay, um, you are not going to be using 10,000 watts to say, okay, what size of solar inverter will be able to power up this load worth 10,000 watts? What size of battery would be able to power up this 10,000 watts and run for a specific length of time, which you will want it to run? What size of uh, solar charge controller will be able to charge that capacity of battery, which depends on the size of solar panels, which will produce an expected amount of energy, which will be used to charge the battery and also power up that facility at that same point in time. These are the things you are going to be looking into in this training. So energy audit helps you prevent oversizing of your system, safeguarding your electrical appliances from damaging from inappropriate power surge, and generally saves you cost. As usual,
Thank you for having
as usual, we would connect how the energy audit generally saves you cost to preventing you from oversizing of the solar system. So, what that simply mean is that Energy audit right here is doing three things for you. It helps you to prevent oversizing of your system. It helps you to safeguard your system, and then it will also help you to save costs. Okay, it will help you to save costs as well. We have said we'll connect how it helps you to save costs to help how it helps it prevent oversizing of your system. And on the long run, we are also going to be talking about safety as it concerns your solar power system. So let's take, um, for instance, Mr. Sampson, who is one of us here in tonight training. Let's say Mr. Sampson intends to install a solar system, and he just approaches an electrician who happens to have idea of connecting the solar panels down to the inverter and whatever. So he just tells the technician that he needs to power up his facility with solar, and that technician says, "Okay, no problem. We are going to give you 5 kVA, which is going to be powered with 15 kilowatt hour lithium battery, which will be giving you 10 unit of no 15 units of 650-watt solar panels, 120 amps charge controllers, and he will also quote for the cables and whatever." Mr. Sampson, who needs this electricity, can afford it. He can actually afford it. Yes, so he can actually afford to get this system set up, and by so doing gives the technician the money to do that. And on the long run, that technician does the job, it works perfectly because it is what it's supposed to be. Then on the long run, Mr. Sampson's friend, who is a professional in this field, solar, comes into that facility and says, "Ah, this is a mighty solar you have here, my friend. What are you using it to power?" And Mr. Sampson then says he is using it to power um, just four bulbs with one television and his mobile phone. That is all. His friend would say, "Wow, how did you get to install this when you're just powering basic load, 5 kVA, 15 kilowatt hour with so many solar panels? What is really happening? Who did this for you?" Now, you can see that for a basic load, you don't really need much of all of those things. But due to the fact that the technician has no idea of system design, because he knows that this will work and he can actually connect it, he just assumed it will work and then gets the money, does the job perfectly. But then, you having this knowledge of system designs will save you a whole lot of stress and troubles, because Mr. Sampson will never go back to that technician for any job or even recommend him for any job. What you're expected to do is to carry out a proper energy audit on that facility and then do the system design step by step, one at a time. Remember, again, we are talking about how this energy audit saves you cost to how it prevents you from oversizing your system. Now you have seen how you prevent oversizing of your system. Talking about generally saving you cost will simply mean that instead of you going for a 5 kVA system, which you do not need at the moment, which is and the load you are powering up is just a 3.5 kVA watt of load, or even a 3000 watt or even 2000 watt of load, right? So if you are getting a 2 kVA inverter system, or say a 3 kVA inverter system, it is never going to be the same cost with that of your 5 kVA. That is on one hand. You don't really need a 15 kilowatt hour if your backup time is not as long as you want it to be. 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, you are done. You don't need that so much. You don't need up to 15 solar panels up there if it is just a small system that was sized properly. That is what we mean by generally saving you cost, because the cost you have incurred in installing that system has now become so much. So when we now talk about um, safety comes handy. Please, you know the rule of this platform. If you are here and you are in a noisy place, kindly mute yourself, please. Please kindly mute yourself so as not to disrupt the activities of this class. Thank you. So we are also going to take safety as it concerns solar power system on the long run as we proceed this training. That is the last warning. Whosoever disrupt the activities of this class will have to leave tonight, please. If you are in a noisy place, who is sharing screen? Okay, you are also you are going to be the first person to leave. You are going to be the first person to leave. Once you are here, please obey the rule of the platform. That participant who shared his screen now is gone and he will not be allowed to join this platform again for tonight unless it is for other classes. Even if you are a paid student, please adhere to all the rules and regulations, please. All right, we strictly adhere to it. Thank you. Okay, so in summary, solar energy audit links the energy needs of a facility to the sizing of the various solar components required for the system setup. So that is what it is. It links the energy needs of a facility to the sizing of the various solar components required for the system setup. Things to do, things to consider during solar energy audit. Things to consider during solar energy audit. Things to consider. There are various number of things you actually need to consider where you are running a solar energy audit. One, list of electrical appliances to be powered by the solar system, the power rating of the electrical appliances in watt, daily running hours of the appliances, and total energy consumption of the building. These four criteria or parameters or things are what you need to pay attention to. They should be your key focus for any form of energy audit you intend to carry out on any particular facility. Okay, you may not need to worry so much about them right now because we will still take our time to introduce it properly and explain them one after the other, step by step to you, so that you can have good understanding of all of them as we proceed in the training. Okay, you are going to have a proper understanding. You're going to meet them and then know what they are and how you can be able to make good use of them. But for now, it comes in handy. Hold it tightly. Importance of solar energy audit. It provides data needed for the appropriate system design. It helps you identify opportunities to reduce energy use. It helps to reduce the capital cost. It will help to ascertain the backup time of the solar energy. So these and more are the things that your solar energy audit will do for you. For those of you who already have the training manual, that's the PDF document, you can as well read up to see so many other things, interesting things that are in that manual that you have already. All right, let's now talk about safety as we promised you. So when we say safety, safety in solar system is the act of keeping the entire solar system and your home appliances safe. Not just your um not just your solar system, not just your home appliances, even you, the user, or your client who is the user, you have to keep it safe for all of them. Okay, yes. So a safe solar system is free from both human and natural disasters or hazards such as fire outbreak, overloading, overvoltage, undervoltage, lightning effect, and shock. So all of these things are the things that your safety would help you prevent against. And when you talk about safety, we are talking about you using various components such as your um, breakers, your fuse, your surge, your changeovers, either the manual changeover or the automatic changeover. On my screen here right now, you can see change breakers here. There are two types of breakers. You have the MCB. You also have the MCCB. You also have the MCCB. So how well do you know this your solar component? So, in this training course for solar power system designs, we are also going to not just introduce it to you, we'll teach you how you can be able to size the various um, the various safety tools and components. Okay, for this particular course, this basic solar, we will introduce them to you. All right. Then for those of you who really want to have proper idea of how you can be able to size this your solar safety component, you need to enroll for the advanced course, which we call the mini grid course. That mini grid course gives you a total knowledge. That mini grid, that advanced course makes you a complete professional because that is where you're going to be getting the complete system design for your safety tools and for your cabling. Yes. So, and we use other important parameters like your short circuit current, VMP, voltage drop, repos in your system. We use the voltage drop calculators, online voltage drop calculators to design your systems to see how efficient and effective it will work when it is in the field. It is a very interesting course to enroll as well. Once you complete this basic course, you can proceed. So this is your safety box, what we call your safety box, where you have your breakers, your fuse, your surge, and your changeovers and all of the connections you have in there. All of the connections you have in there. All right. So this is basically what will help you. So your safety is to help you um, checkmate against natural hazards, especially for your solar panel, which is in the open. Okay. A lot of things can actually affect your solar panels or even make it misbehave. Humidity, the intensity of the sun, lightning effect, even rain, yes, can affect it. And most of the times, people come to us to ask, is earthing important in solar system? We say yes, it is very important. However, do you know how to implement a proper earthing? Do you know how to properly earth your solar system when it comes to solar power system installations? That is what we also, or what we can also expose you to if you do not know. What part of your solar component are you allowed? Is it allowed for you to earth? Do you have any idea of it? That is what you are also going to be learning from our platform. All right. So that is the introduction into this course, energy audit and system designs generally. That is introductory part of it. We have spoken and spoken and spoken for a very long time. Yes. So we know that you all will have questions by now. Yes. We also take questions from this very platform. That is very correct. We also take questions from this very platform. Please, when it is time to take questions, you are expected you are expected to tell us. Firstly, you speak from a quiet background. Please, you speak from a quiet background. If you are not in a quiet background, that is not a problem. You can still ask your questions by using the chat box. Okay, there's a chat box here. Use that chat box, send in your messages as text, and we will read it aloud and answer it accordingly. Please let us adhere to it if you're in a noisy place. Then secondly, you need to tell us your location, your name and your location. We need to know who we are dealing with. We also need to know where you are speaking from. All right. We know that we are all in African brothers. Some are in Nigeria here with us, some are in Cameroon, some are in Ghana, some are in Liberia. We can decide to visit you someday, and then we will uh, do business with you one way or the other. One way or the other. Um, also, also, or finally, finally, we know the issue of network connectivity all around Africa. Yes, we know the issue of network connectivity, and that is why we have devised a means to be able to uh, have the or help everyone learn effectively by providing the complete video, training videos, live class videos for every session. That simply means that for every of our live session, it is recorded. Like we are here right now, this class is being recorded and is going to be shared. The complete video will be shared with those who fulfill all righteousness. Yes, I believe everyone understands that, and if you don't understand it, we will explain more to you at the end of today's training session. Yes, but the head and tail of everything is that the video will be made available. All right, having spoken for so long, let us take a few questions, just under 2 minutes, before we proceed to the next phase of the training. All right, if you want to speak, please speak from a quiet background. Tell us your name and your location, and then you can ask your question, please. Talk to us now. Okay, Mr. Hezekiah, you say you are from Liberia. All right, it's nice having you on our platform. You're welcome, sir. Can you all hear me? Are you all still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I saw some hands up earlier. Were there for questions, or has the questions been answered already?
I
All
want to
right.
ask. I want to ask you a question, sir,
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
about the manual. How can I get the manual, sir?
Okay.
And how can I do?
How can you do what?
How can I do the payment? Because I have not yet paid for the course.
Where are you speaking from, sir?
My name is Ishaka Kuma from Sierra Leone.
Okay. You can send me a message on WhatsApp so that we'll give you the payment details for Syria loan, sir. You pay through Orange Money.
All right, sir.
Send me a message now. I will respond by giving you the mobile money details so that you can make your payment immediately. And once it is confirmed, you will get the training manual immediately as well.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
I will do that.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Salmon from Nigeria Agbara is asking us in my question is in energy audit. Is there any need to give space for an upgrade? Also, in surge protection, is it important to use charcoal with salt in earthing? All right, like I said, for safety, you are to enroll for the advanced course for safety. All right, if at all you have even enrolled for this basic course, when we start the premium class properly for basic course, the paid class for basic course, we can discuss that safety That is the earthing part of your question. It is important to use charcoal with salt in earthing. We can discuss it if you have enrolled for the course. Then we'll give you the full safety training or lecture when you enroll for the advanced. I hope you understand that. Then for the first part of your question, is there any need to give space for an upgrade? Yes. I believe you know what an upgrade is. Okay. So for you to ask that kind of question, I believe you know what an upgrade is. You have a good idea of what we're talking about here. So yes, it is true. You can actually, there's a need for you to give an upgrade. So it means that when the energy need is like say 3000 watts, you don't just give your client a system of 3000 watts. You should give an allowance. Okay. So you should give an allowance for rate so that whenever the client intends to add more systems, more components or whatever, he or she can be able to do that. Then, if you're talking about an upgrade in terms of upgrading any part of the solar system component, you can as well do that. But then it must be designed properly first. But yet, it is very important for you to give space for um, upgrades. I hope you have gotten that, Mr. Salmon, our Nigerian brother. All right. Okay. So I think we can proceed right now. So we'll take more questions before we wrap up. So if you have any other question to ask, please put it down in your writing materials. Okay, we will definitely take all questions that has to do with what we are learning. We'll take it. All right. So for tonight's class, we are going to be focusing on what we call electrical load analysis. Electrical load analysis. What is electrical load analysis? What does it do for you? Why are we talking about it? What is its importance as it concerns solar power system installations? Electrical load analysis is a series of calculations, or the process of processes that helps you to know your energy needs. The process of evaluating the energy need of a facility. Yes. Remember we talked about energy audit. Remember we talked about energy audit being able to help you to know the energy need of a facility, but we didn't tell you how energy audit will be doing that. Yes. So now we are now introducing you to the tool or parameter which you are going to be using, or which is involved in helping you to know the energy need of your facility. So in summary, electrical load analysis, or load analysis in short, helps you, or is a tool which helps you to know the energy need of a facility. Very simple, short and precise. I hope that is very clear. So in summary, electrical load analysis shows the exact energy consumption, that is wattage, of a specific facility. So like I said before, if the energy need of a facility is 3000 watt or 5000 watt, what would help you to know that is through electrical load analysis. Questions asked before carrying out electrical load analysis on any facility. Yes, because you have idea of solar system does not mean you can just go ahead and do installation. Like we keep saying, when you are invited for a solar project, there are things you need to take care of, and asking these um, basic questions is key to you having a very good solar system installed at the end of the day. So let's take for instance again, um, Mr. Sampson has invited us for a solar project in his facility, and on getting there are basically three questions to ask: two principal questions or two standard questions to ask, and a third one as a bonus. Now, the very first question we are to ask Mr. Sampson is to know his energy need. So we'll ask him, what is your energy need? If Mr. Sampson is new to all of these things we are discussing, and so he doesn't know what energy need we are talking about, we can then break it down to ask him to give us a list of the various appliances he intends to power up using the solar system. At that point in time, Mr. Sampson can say, okay, he wants to power up his freezer, his mobile phone, his microwave, his television, his air conditioner. We will take note of all of those things. Perform some magic on a piece of paper or our writing pads or whatever we have for designs. And then we will ask him the second question. What is the backup time for that solar system? Now, for this backup time, we have to take it um, a little. We have to take it a little bit backward. Okay. Now, taking it a little bit backward is now trying to relate what this backup time is trying to tell us. This backup time is actually talking about the battery system. All right. So it simply means that if you remember when we introduced the battery system during the preliminary stage, we said that one of the basic reasons why the battery is included in solar system installation is for the act of backup. It simply means also that we have recognized the fact that the source of your solar energy or solar power is through the sun, but the sun does not stay up all day. And when the sun goes to sleep, you will not have energy in your facility. So what do you do? We have now been able to create a means to have electricity in the facility by storing up some of those energy in the battery system. So now when your sun is up running and the system is charging and wherever and it goes, how long will the energy stored in that your system last for you? That is what we call the backup time. It is in hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So if Mr. Sampson says he wants his system to run for 12 hours, we will just laugh and then do what we know how to do best. Why are we laughing? We are laughing because Mr. Sampson is going to incur a whole lot of cost. Why? Because the higher the backup time, the higher the cost of system installation. Um, as we progress in the training, when we talk about the backup time as a topic properly, you all will understand what we mean by the higher the backup time, the higher the cost of system installation. You will see that effect play out. So, the third question we are going to be asking Mr. Sampson will be budget of for the project. We'll ask him, sir, we have seen what you have uh, you intend to power up using the solar system. Please, what is your budget for this project? At that point in time, if Mr. Sampson is honest enough to review that budget to us, we will then know if it is wise to go ahead with the system design or not. If the budget is enough, very good and fine. If it is not enough, we can now switch to option B. What is this option B? Tune it down to what Mr. Sampson can afford and then uh, propose it to him. There is a better way of handling such situations. So, three questions to ask: energy need of the facility, backup time of the solar system, and the budget available for the project. Importance of electrical load analysis. Importance of electrical load analysis. It ensures proper sizing of your system. It prevents overheating. It prevents fire hazards, it improves safety and efficiency of your solar system. These and many more. These are many more are the things that this your electrical load analysis will do for you. Yes. So we move ahead to now the big deal of the day, electrical load analysis table. So what you are looking at, a typical example, an electrical load analysis table. Okay, that is exactly what you are looking at. A typical example of electrical load analysis table. Um, This is exactly what you will be needing to work with. However, there are things you need to know before we work on this table. Let us have idea of those things. Parameters for electrical load analysis. Parameters for electrical load analysis. 1. Quantity of appliance. 2. Power consumed by an appliance. 3. Running time of an appliance. Taking them one after the other. Quantity of an appliance typically tells you the uh, the number of the same appliance the client intends to power up using the solar system. So let's take for instance again Mr. Sampson, who is our client for tonight. So let's say Mr. Sampson lives in a three-bedroom apartment, and in that three-bedroom apartment, he has a TV in each of those rooms. So let's say again, if he intends to power each of these televisions using the solar system, on our table of load analysis, we are going to be having 3 for the quantity of TV. That is what we mean by the quantity of appliance. The power consumed by an appliance. The power consumed by an appliance tells you the rated wattages of each and every appliance. It tells you the rating in watt or the wattage of uh, each and every appliance. Okay, that is what this power consumed by an appliance tells you. Now, this power consumption of this your appliance is gotten from the nameplate of each and every appliance. The nameplate is that place that gives you the specifications, the complete details of that your system. Okay, any system at all, be it the fan, the be it the fan, the freezer, the air conditioner, you must have the details. So that nameplate contains the voltage, the current, the wattage, the maker, the type of product it is, the brand of product it is, and a whole lot of things. On my screen tonight, you can see a typical example of a nameplate for an LG TV. Yes, this is a nameplate for an LG television. So, if you can see my screen clearly, this is a little test for everyone on this platform. What is the energy consumption of this television? What is the energy consumption of this television? Mr. Sampson, our client, can you see the screen properly? Can you see the energy consumption of this television? Yes. So what is the energy consumption of the television, Mr. Sampson, if you can see it?
Online but
Okay, Mr. Obonna Blessing 195. Okay, that's very correct. Thank you so much. So if you're not seeing it clearly, you can actually zoom in your screen with your fingers. Okay, just zoom in the picture, you will see it very clearly. It is 195 watts. That is the energy consumption of this LG TV. Thank you, Mr. Sampson, 195 watts. So on your table of load analysis, you are going to be putting for the power consumption to be 195 watts. So the running time of an appliance tells you the specific length of time, the client intends to power up the solar, intends to power up his appliances. That is what the um, running time of an appliance tells you. Those specific length of time the appliance will be turned on. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, till whatever you want it to be. I hope it is very clear. Like I said earlier, if you have questions, put it in your writing material. You are expected to be in this class with your writing material. That is why we put up that information early enough. Your writing materials and your calculators. You are expected to be here with them. Thank you. So, proceeding, this is now our electrical load analysis table that you saw earlier. Okay, it is now complete. You know those Those parameters that we were missing before are now there. You have the quantity of appliance by the appliance and the running time of the appliance. They are all appearing there right now. So let's say again Mr. Sampson has invited us for this solar system installation, and we have asked him that very first question: what is the energy need of the facility? And then he has provided us with these five appliances: the DVD player, the light bulb, the ceiling fan, the refrigerator, and the blender. And then we are going to be running a load analysis on it to get to know the energy need of that facility. What do we do? How do we run a load analysis on it? It is very, very simple. Okay. Um, we're going to be applying a formula. We apply a formula. That formula states that energy need is equal to quantity of appliance multiplied by the power consumed multiplied by the running time. Quantity of appliance multiplied by the power consumed multiplied by the running time. That will give you your energy need, and then you will sum up the total. This sum up the energy that will you will sum up the energy need or energy consumption of each and every of these five appliances to give you the total energy consumption, which becomes your energy need. All right. Before we apply that, let us take the details of these appliances. Like I have always said, you can write at this point in time. For the DVD player, the quantity is 3. Power consumed is 100 watts. Running time is 1 hour. For the light bulb, quantity is 1. Power consumed is 100 watts. Running time is 2 hours. For the ceiling fan, quantity is 10. Power consumed is 10 watts. Running time is 24 hours. For the refrigerator, quantity is 3. Quantity is 3. Power consumed is 10 watts. Running time is 4 hours. For the blender, quantity is 1. Power consumed is 80 watts. Running time is 1 hour. Now let us calculate. So calculating, we are saying for the DVD player, 3 multiplied by 100 by 1 give you 300 watt hour. For the light bulb, 1 multiplied by 100 by 2 gives you 200 watt hour. For the ceiling fan, 10 multiplied by 10 by 24 gives you 2400 watt hour. For the refrigerator, 3 multiplied 3 multiplied by 10 by 4 gives you 120 watt hour. For the blender, 1 multiplied by 80 by 1 gives you 80 watt hour. The total energy consumption becomes 3100 watt hour. And now you can see it on this very table. You can see it on this very table that it is 3100 watt hour that is being consumed by that facility. And in turn, it becomes the energy need of that Mr. Sampson's facility. All right. Questions, please. Okay, in the chat box. Okay, in the chat box, Mr. Quadri is asking, do we have a physical training center? Yes, we have a physical training center, sir. We're in Ogun State. We are Takute. That is where we are, sir. We're Takute. If you're ready for the physical training, you can talk to me privately, talk to us privately so that we can make arrangement for it, sir. Thank you. All right. Questions, please. Questions concerning the lecture so far, so good. General questions right now. All right, go ahead, go ahead. Talk to us. Tell us your name and your location and talk to us.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Jason. I'm from Nigeria. What I want to get from this is that are there various ways of getting the constant of these items you mentioned, like let's say a refrigerator, and we cannot get the template, the name tag for the products. Is there a constant? Are there these values constants for most of the items, like a refrigerator, a TV, an AC? Are there variable constants that are standardized?
If I understand what you mean by constant, are you referring to the energy consumption? That's the wattage.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it all depends on the product you are working on. Okay,
Sure.
so it all depends on the product you're working on, and various products, various brands have
Their
different
own
their own have their
wattage.
various brands have their own specifications, and they might have different versions of that same product. Okay, so all
Yes.
you need to do is, once you have that kind of challenge that the nameplate does not contain what you are looking for, you can use Google. Okay, make Google your best friend, look up that kind of product online. You will see the same product, even if it is not the same brand exactly, but then, because it is of the same product, whether it is an old version or a new version, all you just need to do is get what you see as the current wattage, and then you can just add a little bit of tolerance to it, and you are good to go. So what that simply means is, if you see one that is 195 watts, all you need to do is just add like 5 watts, it makes it 200 watts. So even if what you are working on is 200 watts, it's also okay. Then another way you can get it is, I believe you are an electrical student, so you can use the the other parameters on it, the voltages and the current. They must be available on it. Wattage might not be available, the voltages and the current must be available, so you can use it as a means of getting the power, because power is a function of voltage and current, right? So you multiply your voltage by the current you are seeing on the nameplate, it gives you the wattage consumption. That is what you're expected to do, sir. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Blessing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Right, go ahead, Mr. Quadri.
My question is, good evening, everybody. My question is this: uh, in what am I? Okay, okay. What are those materials needed as a student of solar? What are those materials that's needed to be used for installation? That is my question.
Asking that question at this point in time is very wrong. I don't understand what you mean by materials. Firstly, that's one of the reasons why I say it is wrong. Two, it is very very wrong. If you attended the first stage of the class and you're asking for the materials, is it the components you are asking of, or the other should I say kits, installation kits you are talking about right now, or tools? So that is
I mean, working tools. What working tools?
okay. Working tools, all right. So we will review that for enrolled students. So you need to pay your enrollment fee. If you have paid, ask the question in the next session and it will be given to you, sir. Okay, so Mr. Sampson is asking, is in Nigeria here with us, how do you handle uncalculated appliances? For instance, neighbors bring in things like phones and power banks to charge. At initial determination of energy requirement for the facility, these were not included. This is an excellent question, sir. And I believe you also saw the first question asked by Mr. Quadri when he talked about upgrading the system, when he said, is there any need to give space for an upgrade? Okay, so what I believe there is, he was talking about when he said, is there a need for upgrade, is rightly what you have asked again, because you have asked uncalculated appliances. Yes, there is need for what we call tolerance. Okay, and like I explained it before, what you have in the facility might not be what your system will be powering eventually. It might be more, it might be less. In most cases, it's always more. Yes, in most cases, it's always more. So, what you usually do is, if, for instance, what we have here for tonight is 3,100, you can then consider tolerance and then make it 3,500, which means you have added extra what, 400 watts on it. You can even make it 4,000 watts. That is also very, very correct. But then the downside to that is the budget available for that your system installation or for the project. But yes, you can actually do that. You can create more space for other things to be added to that system. I hope that helps to answer your question, Mr. Sampson. All right. Okay, I think we can take one or two more questions before we proceed. All right. Thank you, Mr. Sampson. So I think we can take one or two more questions before we proceed. One or two more questions. We want to get as many questions as possible. We want to get as many questions as possible. Talk to us. If you are not in a noisy place, just talk to us. Um, if there are more questions, please talk to us. Okay, so I believe with the silence, there are no more questions. Therefore, we can proceed. We can proceed. That is very correct. So proceeding will be us now using this information of the energy need of the facility to size the various solar components. Okay, Mr. Temitope, do you have a question? Your hand has been up for a very long time. I hope you don't have aches after this class. All right, talk to us, Mr. Temitope, if you can hear me clearly, if you can talk. I believe you are using either a laptop or an iPhone. I can't hear you if you are talking. You are not muted, so you should be able to talk to us.
I think it's muted, sir.
No, he's not muted. I am seeing he's using a laptop, but then probably the mic of the laptop is not functional. He should have. You can send in a text in the chat box. All right. Okay. So I believe with that we can actually proceed. I'm proceeding like I was saying earlier. It's us now going into the second phase of this training, which is using the information we have generated now. What is the information? Let us see again. Using this information of 3,100 watt hour to now design your various solar components. I believe you all are ready. Let's get into it. All right. So this is where we are now informing you all that it is the end of the session. Please note that it is just the end of the session, not the end of the training course. It is at this point you are now advised to enroll for the premium class to continue and complete the training course. It is also at this point that I will say congratulations to those who have paid their enrollment fees before now. And if you now see, one of the basic reasons why we advise you pay ahead is the class is interesting. You can see how interactive it is, how interesting it is. If you didn't pay by that time and you had the money to pay, now you might not be able to have the money to pay. You are going to miss the next training session. there is nothing we can do about it. You are going to miss it. Even though we'll provide you with the recorded class, yes, but then you might not be able to ask your questions when others ask them, but you can actually hear what others have asked um and the questions and the questions given to them and the questions given to and the answers given to them as well. So you are advised to enroll for the premium class at this point in time. All right. So that enrollment has to do with you paying your enrollment fee, which we have already put up earlier, very, very early. Yes. So for Nigerians, we are paying 5,000 naira. For Sierra Leoneans, we are paying 300 leons. For Zambians, we are paying 300 Zambian kwacha. For Ghana, we are paying 300 Ghana cedis. For Kenyans, 2,100 Kenyan shillings. For Ugandans, 45,000 Ugandan shillings. Zimbabweans, you are paying 12 USD. Liberians, you are paying 12 USD. If you are here, you do not know how much you are to pay, or you don't know your payment platform, but you're having difficulty to pay, please let us know right now. And once you pay, it guarantees you getting the training certificate at the end of this training course. You also are entitled to getting all the training materials, videos, the live complete live class videos like this, and then the PDF document as well, which will all be sent to you at once. Um, you are also entitled to attending live classes such as this one. So, and if you miss the class, the video is just as a makeup for it. Some platforms will not give you anything, but we are making sure that you learn, and you learn perfectly well on our platform. And finally, your payment guarantees you mentorship, which means that those of you who are in the field, if you face any challenge or challenges, you can always get back you can always get back to us. Call us, we will give you first hand treatment and make sure that you come out of that your project successfully. So those are the things you get. All right. General questions now on the payment alone, please. On the payment alone. That is the questions we are to take right now. The time for questions on the course has already gone. Mr. Koroma, ask your question, please.
Yes, I was trying to ask about the payment issue. I'm from Sierra Leone.
You have asked before, Mr. Koroma, and I told you send me a text on WhatsApp. I told you are paying through mobile money.
Yes,
I can't give you the
yes,
payment
and
details here. Have you sent me
I
a
want to
message?
confirm. So, yes, sir. Are there any certificate for the training?
I just said it. You will get training certificate at the end of the training.
Okay, okay.
I
So
just
that will send me to work with any company.
of course. Even
Okay,
Zambians go
sir.
as
No,
far as verifying it with ZAQUA or EIZ, Engineering Institute of Zambia. I don't know if you have such thing in Sierra Leone. You also verify. We are legit, we are legally registered here, so you have no issues, sir.
okay, no problem, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Send me a direct
Okay,
message. I will send you the payment details, even though we are still going to share it on the training platform. But for difficulty of scrolling to get yours, send me a message that right now. I'll reply to you by giving you the payment details, and that should settle it. Um,
okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Mr. Temitope,
Welcome.
your question will be answered if you finally enroll for the course in the next training session. Your question is an easy one. How do clients determine hours of time using each appliance? We will take that in the next training session. If you are lucky to be there, that will be good for you. Then Mr. Sampson is also asking concerning the safety aspect, can you tell us some causes of disasters? For instance, fire outbreak. I have been wondering how solar system can bring out a fire can bring about a fire outbreak. All right. So that is a very good question anyway. Mr. Sampson is a very good one. However, the time for questions have already passed. Yes. But then one of the things that causes fire outbreak in solar system is wrong system design on the aspect of cabling. So wrong cable sizing can be very, very disastrous. That is what it. That is one of the things. Yes. So we have a tutorial video on fire outbreaks on solar system. I think we are yet to upload it on our Facebook page, but then when it is available, we are also going to make the announcement and share the video across all our social media platforms for you to see. Okay, we have a complete video on fire outbreak that has to that is solar related. I hope you understand that, sir. Thank you so much. And if you continue this training in the next training session, remind us. We can even take the whole session to discuss this your question. It's a very interesting one. Thank you so much, sir. All right, Mr. Kodri, do you have a question to ask on the payment? Talk to us, sir.
No question, but I've already see the payment this thing. No question.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. So, finally, are there any question or questions from any one of us here for tonight? Final questions to wrap up for the night. All right. Thank you so much. If you have any other question that you need for clarity, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or any of the admins. It will be taken care of. You can reach out to me especially. We will take care of you like our own. If you're having any challenge at all, yes, those who have challenges or who have had challenges, they might be here too, and they will tell you their experiences with us that we take care of all our trainees. For the payment details, you can text me right now. I will send it to you even before sending to the training platform. We want to see you in the next training session, which is entirely or strictly for the paid students. We hope you have learned new things in tonight's training session. Have a wonderful night rest, everyone. Bye bye.